Hello, and welcome back. Today's episode is a relaxed English talk show between two friends. And today's topic is something many English learners secretly struggle with: understanding English, but not being able to speak it confidently. Maybe you can understand movies, podcasts, or YouTube videos. But when it's time to speak, your mind suddenly becomes blank. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. So, today, let's talk honestly about why this happens and how to slowly become more confident speaking English. Relax, listen carefully, and let's begin. Ryan, can I be honest?
Of course.
I feel frustrated sometimes.
Why?
Because I understand a lot of English now. I can watch videos. I can listen to podcasts. And I understand maybe 70%. But when I try to speak, I suddenly can't say anything.
Honestly, that's one of the most common problems for English learners.
Really? Because sometimes I feel like I'm the only person struggling with this.
Not at all. A lot of people develop listening skills faster than speaking skills.
Why does that happen?
Because listening is passive. Speaking is active. When you listen, your brain only needs to recognize information. But when you speak, your brain must create sentences quickly.
That actually makes sense.
Also, many learners spend years listening and studying, but very little time actually speaking.
Yeah, I practice listening almost every day, but I rarely speak English out loud.
That's the biggest reason. Speaking is a skill, and skills improve through repetition.
Sometimes I know the words in my head, but my mouth feels slow.
Exactly. Your brain understands English, but your mouth is not trained enough yet.
So how do I fix that?
Start speaking more, even if it feels uncomfortable.
But I get nervous.
That's normal. Most people feel nervous speaking another language.
I think I'm afraid of making mistakes.
Everyone is. But mistakes are part of learning. You cannot improve speaking while staying silent.
True. Sometimes I spend too much time trying to create perfect sentences.
And while you're thinking, the conversation already moves on.
Exactly. That happens all the time.
Then, stop trying to sound perfect. Focus on communication first.
But what should I practice exactly?
Simple things. Talk to yourself in English. Describe your day. Read out loud. Repeat sentences from podcasts. And practice shadowing.
I've heard about shadowing before. Does it really help?
Absolutely. When you repeat native speakers, your brain and mouth start working together naturally.
I think I also translate too much in my head.
That's another big problem. You think in your language first, then translate everything into English.
Yeah. That makes me speak very slowly.
Exactly. To speak naturally, you need to slowly train yourself to think directly in English.
That sounds difficult.
At first, yes. But start with small thoughts. For example, I'm tired. I'm hungry. I need coffee. Simple sentences.
So basically, less overthinking, more speaking.
Exactly. Fluency grows through practice, not perfection.
You know, this conversation actually makes me feel less stressed about my English.
Good. Because learning a language is a long journey. You don't need to become perfect overnight.
I think I'll start speaking a little every day from now on.
That's the best thing you can do. Small daily practice creates real confidence over time.
Thanks, Ryan. I really needed this conversation today.
Anytime. And remember, if you can understand English, you are already making progress. Now, you simply need to train your speaking little by little.
Very good. Today you listened to a natural English talk show about understanding English, but struggling to speak confidently. Remember, speaking is not only knowledge, it is a skill that grows through daily practice. So do not be afraid to make mistakes. Do not wait for perfect English. Start speaking today, little by little. Your confidence will grow naturally. Thank you for listening today, and we hope to see you again in the next English podcast. Take care, and keep practicing English every day.